Welcome to Rewatch and Rank. On this channel, we rewatch older TV shows, provide a summary and opinion on the episode before ranking each episode against each other. Today's episode is Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, Season 1, Episode 13, Unchained Heart. Episode in a nutshell is a brief reminder of what happened in the episode. So, as the last episode showed, Xena and Hercules are now traveling together, and Darphus has been resurrected. And while he is attacking a camp of people in order to feed Gragas their bodies, he lets one person live and tells him to go tell Hercules that Darphus rides again, and if he doesn't believe you, show him this gaping wound given to me by Xena that's still there in his chest. And so this guy then runs off to go and tell Hercules, which he does do, and we find that Hercules and Xena are traveling together, and Salomonius has decided he's going to become their official biographer. And once they hear about Dreyfus, they of course set on his trail to go and find him. As they are traveling, Iolaus joins them, and at first he's very iffy about Xena because naturally they had a conflict from the warrior princess, and she used him to try to kill Hercules and tried to get Hercules to kill him. And she of course used the honey trap, which played with his feelings, so he's not happy and accuses Hercules of falling into the same trap he did before. And things start off tense. But as they are going after Darphus, they end up in a rock fall, and Salomonius at this point realizes he's in a little over his head. So when they next fight Darphus's men, Salomonius takes the opportunity to run away. And during that battle, Xena saves Iolaus's life, and the only one who had ever done that before was Hercules. And so he decides to forgive her for what she had done in the past and work with her going forward. While Iolaus is off scouting Darphus, Hercules and Xena do in fact get together, and it's awesome because I've been calling it since the start that they had the best chemistry, and I forgot that that happened, and now I feel very much like this was meant to be and I was right. But anyways, the point is, they hook up. Iolaus comes back kind of after the fact and realizes what they've been doing and what they've been up to. But they then, and reports that Salomonius has been captured by Darphus while he was running away. They then head to Darphus's camp, and originally they're going to sneak in with a flaming wagon. However, Iolaus can't get the fire started, so he just pushes the wagon in, hiding within it. The fighting ensues. Meanwhile, Salomonius has been put into the temple where they're keeping Gragas to be his food, and Hercules, of course, rushes down there to save him and fends off Gragas. Xena faces Darphus, and as she's fighting Darphus, they make their way down into the underground of the temple as well, and they fight, plan being evil defeats evil. After they free Salomonius, he goes outside and helps Iolaus by smacking all of the soldiers he can get in range of with a pot. And then, meanwhile, down underground, Hercules and Xena are fighting their respective opponents, kind of leading them towards each other. And then Xena hits Darphus over Hercules' back and right into the mouth of Gragas, who then basically bursts into flames at the bad diet. That's the joke Hercules makes, that he had a bad diet. Evil defeated itself. They then head up, and Salomonius says he's going to Athens to write the biography of Hercules, to sell it there. And if he can't make a profit on that, he can always default to selling other things because, he's a salesman by trade. And Xena then looks like she's going at first. Hercules asks her to stay, but she says that she needs to start making amends and that he's the one who taught her how to do that. They share a final kiss before she then leaves, and Iolaus and Hercules head back home together. And that is where this season ends. So now that we've been reminded what happened in this episode, it's time to rank the episode. As always, we will rank on our mostly objective ranking list first, followed by the personal ranking list. And we start with 2 points for our multi-episode supporting character growth. And this, of course, is after the resurrection. Darfus isn't even able to die when stabbed. During one of the battles, Xena does manage to throw a dagger into his heart, and he just pulls it out casually, like, I'm protected by Ares, you can't kill me. And, that leaves them in a bit of a lurch of how to kill him, which is how they come up with the plan of evil defeating evil by setting him against Gragas. Then we have another 2 points for the supporting relationship development, which of course is Xena and Hercules kissing. Then the heavy implication of more. We see, them on the ground, still mostly clothed, and then the after effect where she's on a rock, he's leaning against her legs, and they're kind of like in a very intimate position, which is when Aeolus comes in. So obviously, ... happened in between those two things. And then, of course, there's the kiss farewell, and then Xena saying that Hercules unchained her heart, hence the name of the episode, which was really a sweet moment. And like I said, I thought these two had really amazing chemistry. And so I'm thrilled that they actually got together because I didn't remember that they did so. I thought it was kind of an unspoken, sort of unresolved tension thing, but apparently, no, they resolved it, and that's great. And I'm very happy about that. I think it's amazing. And I feel like really, I don't know if vindicated is the right word, validated may be the right word. Anyways, I feel like I was right. And I feel good that I was right, that they had this chemistry, and obviously I wasn't the only one who saw it. Anyways, then we have 3 points for the multi-season supporting character development, which of course is Xena departing to begin her own journey in her own spin-off series, which look forward to because we are going to be reviewing and ranking that one as well, or rewatching and ranking that one as well. Then we have the multi-season main character growth, which of course is Aeolus finding it in his heart to forgive Xena after the events of the Warrior Princess. And it does take him a little bit to come around, which is reasonable, but he is able to see that she has changed and let her know that he forgives her. And even the fact that he is able to forgive her just shows his growth as a person and character. And then we come to our negatives. So, negative messaging, no, first is -1 point for the character aggression. Basically, after the rockfall, Salomonius kind of goes catatonic, has a crisis of confidence that, you know, he's not brave. And then Hercules is like, you stuck by me in this event, this event, this event. And he's like, well, yeah, but they're not going to believe you now because I was so cowardly here. And then, of course, the next battle, he runs away. They worry he might have been kidnapped at that time. And then he gets a ride on a cart, which does end up being attacked by Darfus, and that is then how he ends up actually kidnapped. But in the end, he does, after helping Aeolus, get his confidence back. But most of this episode, he's in a bit of a state. So I took a -1 point for that. And then we have -2 points for Salomonius abandoning his friends because he doesn't tell them he's going. He just runs away from the battle and then gets on a cart to just kind of go off on his own. They then are left to worry about him because he didn't say anything, and I just think that that's rude. So -2 points for that. And then, of course, similar to the last episode, Darfus killing innocent people. He's attacking people who can't fight back in order to feed Gragas. And this time he's not even just killing them for the sport of it. He's literally killing them to feed a giant dog that will take over the world if it reaches its maximum size on Ares' behalf. So yeah, also -2 for that. And that does leave us with 6 points out of 10 for this finale episode. So that brings our mostly objective ranking to, and this is the definitive ranking for season 1, because this is the finale episode of season 1, which only had 13 episodes. So in first, we have The Wrong Path. Second, As Darkness Falls. Third, The Warrior Princess. Fourth, The Vanishing Dead. Fifth, The Gauntlet. Sixth, Pride Comes Before a Brawl. Seventh, The Road to Caledon. In eighth, we have Gladiator. Ninth, The March to Freedom. This episode comes in 10th, Unchained Heart, followed by Ares in 11th, 12th, The Festival of Dionysus, and in last place in 13th is Eye of the Beholder. Okay, now my personal opinion on this episode is I really enjoyed it. Basically, Hercules and Xena getting together was wish fulfillment in a way because I was so sure that they had such great chemistry and that they would make a great couple. And even Salmonia saw it, like when they read his like when Hercules picks up his biography little notepad, he says that Hercules and Xena are like the perfect warrior match and that he can foresee them falling in love. And Hercules at the time is like, well, I hope your luck is as good as your imagination. Well, turns out, you know, they then actually get together, and that just made the episode for me. I was just like, yes, that's amazing. The idea of evil defeating itself and their coordination in managing that attack and having luring Dreyfus down, luring Gregus over so that they could then have them basically Gregus eat Darfus and win in that way shows that they are very compatible people. There was also, Aeolus forgiving Xena, allowing her to have that clean slate going forward. It is disappointing that Xena had to leave because, like I said, I thought they'd make a great couple, but then she goes to her own series, which obviously is amazing, and we, of course, will be rewatching and ranking that one as well because duh. But, you know, it is a little disappointing because, again, I thought they would make a pretty good couple. And, there was a lot of interactions and just, them. Like the first part of the episode wasn't super exciting, honestly. They were just kind of traveling together, talking with Salomonius, getting along really well, having that chemistry sort of coming to the surface. Aeolus arrives, and at first Hercules doesn't even want to tell him that, Xena's actually traveling with me now. But then Xena comes back from scouting, and of course, Aeolus sees her and then is like, oh my gosh. I just think that it was like a very good, and then like everybody had their character growth. Everybody kind of got their closure. The story came full circle, and I think it was a good way to end the series. And then Darfus, having that added element of seeming immortality brought back from the dead, not able to be killed with blades again, and having to get a little bit creative with how they killed him, also I thought was good. We also learned that Salomonius has a talent for quail hunting, which surprised everybody, and Xena does not like to cook. In fact, she refuses to cook not once but twice because it's not her thing. And overall, I just really enjoyed this episode. I left the episode feeling very happy. And if I'm vicariously going to get an emotion from a TV show, I prefer it to be a happy one, to be joy. And so, overall, thought it was amazing, gave it a 10, but I don't think it was quite up to par as far as The Vanishing Dead. I think that one was still better, which is why on our definitive season 1 ranking, I put first The Vanishing Dead. This episode I put in second, Unchained Heart, followed by The Gauntlet in third, fourth, The March to Freedom, fifth, The Warrior Princess, in sixth place, As Darkness Falls, seventh, Eye of the Beholder, eighth, Pride Comes Before a Brawl, ninth, The Festival of Dionysus, 10th, Ares, 11th, The Wrong Path, 12th, Gladiator, and then in 13th, The Road to Caledon. So now we come, because this is the last episode of season 1, to our definitive season 1 score. And on our mostly objective ranking, season 1 came in at 93 points out of a possible 130, which gives us a score of 71.54%. And on the personal ranking side, season 1 came in with 96 points out of 130, which gives us a score of 73.85%. For season 1, one of the rare occasions in which my personal ranking actually ends up being higher than the objective ranking. But with that, we have now rewatched and ranked Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, Season 1, Episode 13, Unchained Heart. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you in the next episode, which will be the first episode of Season 2.